Following the enactment of Order 66, Ahsoka Tano has found herself the prey of a detachment of clone troopers inside the base she helped establish. The deadly order drove Mandalore into chaos once more as Bo-Katan led her forces against clone attacks. Tano, though, had her mind on the communications room and reaching out to the Republic in hopes of finding anybody and discovering the cause of this mass betrayal. She had made it to the comms room relatively quietly, but still took great care to avoid alerting the clones hunting for her. She raced over the console, trying to establish contact with every Jedi line she could think of. Finally, she remembered an encrypted channel and heard the ever-familiar voice of an old friend once more. An image of Obi-Wan Kenobi lit up the room as she took notice of the grim expression the Jedi Master had. He would explain that the Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen, confirming her worst-case belief that whatever was happening reached across the entire galaxy. She had already felt her heart sink at the moment the clones turned, yet now it felt as though her heart had exited her body completely. Her mind immediately went to Anakin, wondering if he had made it, but attempts to find his presence only failed. She was brought back to her current situation once the message from Kenobi faded and ended. Her next step was clear. She had to make her way off the world and find Obi-Wan. The only thing that could keep that from happening came in the form of an entire battalion of clones looking to kill her, which included CT-7567, who searched the halls of the building, aiming to complete his mission. Ahsoka carefully stepped towards the door, listening for any chatter, and her instincts paid off when she heard the all-too-familiar voices of clones.
Check all rooms immediately. She has to be in here somewhere. Sir, yes, sir.
Ahsoka knew that meant she would have company soon, yet it was also an opportunity to set a trap of her own. She eyed the communication console where she had played the message of Kenobi and decided to play it once more.
You hear that? It's the comms room. Move.
A pair of clone troopers soon entered the room, moving with extreme caution as they aimed their blaster at every nook where they think the Jedi could have been hiding. Ahsoka, though, was higher than her pursuers, as she had placed herself in the vents that she had entered from. Once the clones had some distance between the two of them, she jumped down and used the power of the Force to slam the clone against the wall, leaving him incapacitated. The other clone's reaction proved to be quicker than she expected as he turned, firing shots at her. She jetted out of the room, knowing that she certainly found herself in a bind. Though only one clone had their sights on her, she knew that eventually he would have backup. The exit to the base was nearby, though even then there would be no rest. Outside, Mandalorians were once again engaged in combat.
This way, brother. The Jedi is here.
The base now lit up as the costly mistake had revealed her position. Ahsoka continued running towards the exit of the building, but now she heard the floor clunking heavily as she turned to see a group of troopers round a corner, aiming their blasters at her.
Take her down!
The hail of blaster fire came barreling through the hallway as Ahsoka did her best to avoid the incoming bolts. Though they were focused on killing her, Ahsoka showed no intent in harming the soldiers that she once served by. Though things took a turn for the worse when she was cut off by another squad of clones, who were led by CT-7567. The blaster fire stopped momentarily as the clones slowly approached, trapping Ahsoka like the prey of a pack of Nexu.
Your immediate extermination has been ordered.
Just as CT-7567 was about to call for all troopers to fire, an explosion rocked the entire building, and behind them, Mandalorians began piling inside. Bo-Katan called for Ahsoka to hurry out while they were slowly beginning the process of exiting. "I thought you were busy outside." Ahsoka certainly didn't expect to have any assistance in this moment, but she was by no means complaining. If you're looking to get off world, your window is closing. We have to get you out of here. Bo-Katan knew that the Mandalorian resistance was going to be seen as a threat, and fighting on the world would more than likely never cease. Ahsoka could sense this grim thought as she hurried out, only to see how much of Mandalore has fallen now that the clones and its inhabitants had turned their blasters on each other. She remembered the landing pad where she had been prepping to leave before this madness began, and hoped she would still be able to take off without drawing attention of anyone who could stop her. Her escape would bring her to the vessel, a Mandalorian starfighter known as a Gauntlet Fighter. As its wings towered towards the sky, she boarded, quickly powering on the ship and taking off. As it flew over the battlefield, the only thing protecting her was the smoke billowing from the battles below. As she broke into the atmosphere, her worry for her Mandalorian allies only grew as she bare witness to another Republic Venator arrive from hyperspace. Over the past few years, this sight would have been a relief for so many, but now she knows it only means the arrival of terror. Though she had a new mission now. She had to find her way to Obi-Wan or Anakin. She jettisoned into hyperspace, and as the blue lights illuminated the cockpit, she attempted to reach for her former master, yet again felt nothing. Now, with the only sound filling her ears being the monotoned hum of hyperspace travel, she rested, closing her eyes while the ship traveled its course towards the core worlds. All of a sudden, Ahsoka slipped into darkness as the air around her went cold. She heard a mechanical breathing as she soon found herself in a crumbling temple. She turned to see where the breathing was emanating from, a menacing figure with a crimson blade that started marching towards her. As he swung, the floor beneath the both of them gave out as they both collapsed with it. She was startled back to reality, realizing that she bare witness to a vision of the Force. She couldn't make much of what she saw, but once out of hyperspace, she began reaching out through any communications, hoping to find anyone who could help. After hearing silence for so long, she finally heard the voice of a familiar friend. "Ahsoka, was that you? This is Senator Organa, come in." As his signal came in clearer, Ahsoka felt a weight lift off her shoulder as she responded. "Senator Organa, what's going on? I was betrayed by clones, they..." Yes, I know. This has been a galaxy-wide catastrophe. I've already found Masters Kenobi and Yoda. We're on Coruscant. It'll be dangerous, but meet me here as soon as you can. There are important matters to be discussed. Ahsoka knew returning to the world would be dangerous now more than ever. Nevertheless, she made the trek down to meet with Senator Organa.